I was bringing 15,000 rupees, and people used to call it as French fries maker. And people named me Divana. They said,
Yes.
something has gone wrong with this guy. It will not fly. I am truly happy that I have a gadget where I can have my favorite fried food with limited oil, and also it is so convenient to use. Saying jo dikhta hai wo bikta hai. It started in 2012. Today we are in 2025 and we are still in this journey.
Good morning. Welcome to the IMA Podcast 2025. I am Mamta Bakliwal and I'm privileged to have Mr. Gulbahar Taurani, CEO and MD Versuni, former Philips Domestic Appliances. It's a pleasure to have you, sir.
Good morning. It's a pleasure for me also. Thank you very much for calling me here.
It's our privilege, sir. Oh, I really am amazed, sir, at how successfully you were able to shift consumer perception and create demand for unconventional appliances like air fryer and garment steamer in a very competitive market like India, where there is cutthroat competition as well as price sensitivity.
So, Mamta, you have touched upon a topic which is very near to my heart, which is air fryer. The journey began long back in 2012. I was only a marketing manager of kitchen appliances. And when I used to meet consumers, I used to ask them, is there any unfulfilled need? Is there any appliance that you are looking for? I never got an exact answer, but I got some hints. And that's when I realized that I was just, exploring the global innovations which were happening. And in our company, we introduced air fryer globally. I realized that this can be a very good solution for our consumers. And in 2012, as a marketing manager, when I decided to bring air fryer to India, at that point of time in kitchen appliances, the normal price was for an appliance was around 3,000 rupees max. And here I was bringing 15,000 rupees, and people used to call it as French fries maker. And people named me Divana. They said,
Yes.
it said, something has gone wrong with this guy. It will not fly. But if you are very, very careful in your listening, okay. So when I was meeting consumers, I realized that Indian consumers are ready to explore, experiment with new gadgets, provided they bring value to what they are doing. And that conviction allowed me to bring air fryer to India. What I did with air fryer was I bought the machine here, but I didn't introduce it as a French fries maker. I took it to some of the experts, chefs, asked them to use it on Indian cuisines and see what we can do with the appliance. And I was amazed with the results of the appliance. So my conviction was converted into a belief, and that belief brought air fryer to India. And today, look at it. Whenever I look back and someone says, "Oh, I have an air fryer," and I am truly happy that I have a gadget where I can have my favorite fried food with limited oil, and also it is so convenient to use. You won't believe, it's a satisfaction of a different level.
See, Indore is a land of kachoris and samosas.
Correct.
And there also we have air fryer users. I am one of them, of the Philips air fryer users. So I think, yes, you have been able to penetrate the market. And your campaign of Kadhai Ki Ladai, my God, that was again so innovation. So I'm amazed at your innovation, your belief and conviction. So can you throw light on how did you think of coming out with that online, offline mix campaign?
Okay. So, thank you, Mamta, for using air fryer. I am always very happy when people use air fryer, not only buy, but they use air fryer. So when we bought air fryer, as I said, we just took some help from some of the experts, some chefs, looked at different recipes. And before we went into Kadhai Ki Ladai, there is this famous saying, I am also from Bhopal, okay. Saying, jo dikhta hai, wo bikta hai. So seeing is believing. But I said, no, in this case, tasting is believing.
Yes.
So it was a very well thought through a long marathon that we decided for ourselves, because we knew that it is not going to pick up with one activation or one event or one press ad or one TV ad. So we have to run a marathon. with pit stops saying this is what we are going to achieve, and Kadhai Ki Ladai was conceptualized then and there. So what we started with was demonstrations. So instead of saying seeing is believing, we said taste and belief. So we went to some of the public spots like malls, markets, into our stores, and we started giving live demonstrations. We were the first company that way, demonstrating live that you come, you see that we are frying this without oil, and the taste is similar. So that was the first step. When we thought that we have got some critical mass, then we went to Kadhai Ki Ladai, because we knew that there is a comparison. We have a competitor not only in brands, but we have a competitor as a Kadhai. So we said, okay, you can compare with what you get out of Kadhai, you get out of air fryer also. And then there was series of above the line. So whether it was the first, conventional wisdom says that for a small appliance or a kitchen appliance, you have to go on a recipe show. But what we did was we collaborated with Chef Ranveer Brar, but we went on a lifestyle show, which was Thank God It's Friday. And that was also on a lifestyle television medium, which was Zoom TV at that point of time. So we started with Thank God It's Friday. Ranveer traveled with the air fryer to different locations where, so say for example, a Bittu Tikki Wala in Delhi, he went there, made the tikki out of air fryer, gave it to this. And then there was series of campaigns, and this is how in last 14 years, so it's a marathon. It started in 2012. Today we are in 2025, and we are still in this journey of creating. Now the awareness is there, but we are creating more and more education around these appliances so that people don't buy, they use. The whole idea is to give appliances or gadgets to Indian consumers to make their lives better. They can use them to have more convenience at home, health at home, and both put together. In Versuni, we have our purpose, which says we help turn houses into homes. And the whole idea is that we help you turn your house into a home.
See, you said people call you Divana, and it's really out of the box thinking. So did you face any resistance from the team who was going to market it, who was going to go on the floor, sales team or any other team? How did you convince them, and how did you bring them in your line?
See, I think I got resistance from everyone. Okay. Not only from my sales team, but from my seniors also. Okay. Even from my management also. But, how do I convince them? I personally believe, this is my personal philosophy. You will see most of the journeys are led by a single individual first. Okay. So if you are convinced, then you will always find that 2-3 people. That 2-3 people will find another 2-3 people. And if you stay course, there was ups and downs. Trust you me. There were doubts. There were, in fact, even times when, I thought I may lose my job because, it is not going the way it should. Okay. But if you stay course, if the insight that you are trying to cater to is in place, you have kept the consumer at, see, normally we call consumer is the king. We want to do everything around consumer. And then we, in the process, somewhere forget about the consumer. What I did was I always kept consumer at the center of whatever we were doing. So just as I shared with you, whether it was a live demonstration, whether it was Kadhai Ki Ladai, whether it was, going to different cities of India along with a celebrated chef and trying to do stuff and telling consumers that, this is very convenient, this is very healthy. And it was all keeping the consumer in mind. And then consumers gives loves back to you, correct? And this is where we are. But resistance, ask me. There was absolute resistance from everyone. And I don't blame them. They were right. That resistance actually helped me in, looking at some of the challenges that I would face in my journey. That resistance is absolutely required. And I thank all of them because they were actually helping me preempt some of the challenges that I'm going to face in my journey. So I'm thankful to all the critics at that point of time.
Great. What are your tips for handling a customer-centric market to our other entrepreneurs or other professionals?
See, I think end of the day, you use the term entrepreneur, right? Now we are in business. Business means a profit and loss statement, correct?
Yes.
Now, and customer is there with a need. We are in the process of fulfilling that need, and in that, it's a win-win situation where the consumer or the customer gets what he or she wants, and an organization gets the revenue and the profit that for which they are working upon. Now, if we keep this simple, okay, that if we are here for the only reason that there is a need in the market and the customer is there, then let's stay true to it. Let's not take sometimes what happens is, and this is my belief, that on your journey there would be distractions.
Yes.
And I will take air fryer example. So when we were doing air fryer, there were distractions where, we saw some of the copies which were not air fryers, but air fryer look-alike.
Okay.
They were cheaper in price because the technology was not there and all. Suddenly you may change your course and, compromise on your quality and say, this is how I'm going to compete. But end of the day, the sufferer would be consumer. Because if the consumer is not getting the quality, the performance that it is asking from an air fryer, then what are we here for? And that is why I would just request all my colleagues that keep consumer at the center, means keep consumer at the center. The consumer is not, in my own opinion, in my own experience, is not asking for costly or cheap products. It is asking for the right value for money. So define the value. The consumer will give you profit and you will give smiles to the consumer.
Yeah. So value proposition and customer relationship need to go hand in hand and need to be valued a lot always. Right. Okay. Now, for me, you are a global operating brand, right? Now, and India has its own local flavor. So was there something that this local flavor affected the product innovation in the global market?
Yes, of course. Why not? Today when we look at air fryer, so because of the local flavor and the local recipes that we discovered in India, and there are some of the functionalities like steaming and all which have become a part of air fryer, which was not initially part of the global innovation also. So that is how India has contributed to the global roadmap of a global category.
Okay, so if now air fryer can do steaming, that is because of Indian flavor to it.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. See, now in an era of constant disruption where every day there is something or the other happening, the technology is pervading all sectors with AI coming in. What are the new markets that you see? What are the new appliances that you feel would be there? What is the market for them? And how do you foresee the home appliance market in the next coming 5 years?
See, if you look at India, the penetration of home appliances in India is still in single digit. Okay. Garment steamers, air fryers. Take for example, even today steam irons. Okay. But simple appliances like hand mixers, if you look at the household penetration of these appliances, it's in single digit. Okay. So first, there is a lot of scope for the current appliances to penetrate into more and more Indian household, because there is awareness. There is also this excitement around these appliances, and I think it's a very so we as Versuni have done the hard work.
Yes,
it's a very unique time for all of us to come together and grow this market and grow the penetration. Now, as far as new appliances are concerned, see, our lifestyles are changing.
Yes,
and as the lifestyle change, there is a need for some or other thing, correct? Small thing which is very unique. Today we just did a campaign 3 days back. We kept millennials in mind, or I won't say even millennials, we kept Gen Z in mind. And I learned that they talk in this language of red flag versus green flag. Okay. So if they find anything which is not as per them correct, they say red flag. Okay. It's like for us, it is not something it was you. So garment steamers. So we did a campaign where we said, if there are wrinkles on your clothes, it's a red flag.
Okay.
Use the garment steamer, get the wrinkles out, and you have a green flag.
Green flag.
That's the language that Gen Z is saying, is speaking. But as a category, if you look at the penetration of garment steamers is very, very limited.
Yes.
Very few people. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to innovate these categories to the Indian consumer requirement. Because if you look at the type of fabrics that we wear is there is a lot of variety, correct? You and I are sitting in Indore. So you have Maheshwari, you have Chanderi. Okay, at the moment you go to Lucknow, there is chicken work and all those things. And all these fabrics require different sort of a treatment. So what we are trying to do at this moment is bringing all these global innovations locally here. So we are conceptualizing now locally in India, all of them, so that we can take care of these local nuances and also manufacturing in India.
Okay. Yeah.
So we have set up a new plant in Ahmedabad,
yeah.
where we are manufacturing them. And then, of course, there is a pipeline of new innovations which I can't reveal.
Yes, I understand, but at least some ideas that, okay, so we can expect our Maheshwaris, Chanderis, and what you can say, all these to be customized and perfect without any, what you can say, fear of burning them or perfection.
And with minimal effort. So that's there. But there is a complete lineup of appliances, and I just throw you one. I can give some hint about an appliance.
Yeah. So
see, one of the
very eager to have the hint.
Correct. See, one of the most used appliance in Indian households is a mixer grinder.
Yeah.
Your kitchen will come to a standstill if
without
the mixer grinder.
Yeah.
And at the same time, there is a trend of freshness, that you want to eat everything fresh.
Indian trend.
So we are bringing these two trends together.
Okay.
So your mixer grinder will grind it and keep it fresh for you. All the ingredients. Now I can't reveal more than this.
Yes, but privileged to have got an insight into it. Yeah.
But this is something that we are trying to do. Second, in a mixer grinder, now we have different type of families. So there is a family of 2, there is a family of 5, there is a family of 7, and there is a minimum quantity of ingredients you require for grinding in a mixer grinder. We are launching, and this I can tell you full because we are launching as we are speaking. We are launching a micro grind technology.
Wow.
Where you can grind a single pepper.
Okay.
Single pepper. Now, this is not heard of in India.
Yes.
Okay. Same mixer grinder, but solving a problem which was not being solved for years. Because consumers used to come and say, I have to put this much of, and what should I do? I want to eat fresh, but I have to do a minimum quantity of chutney because if that is not there, it doesn't grind proper. So we are bringing micro grind technology to India where you can grind effectively a single pepper.
That is amazing because that is really the need, because now you have single nuclear families wherein creating so much is going to be a problem. Yeah. Okay, some rapid fire questions before we end. Yeah. In the age of short attention spans, what is the most ridiculous marketing idea that you felt actually worked for you?
This collaboration with Manyavar. So we, collaborated. So there was a hoarding of Manyavar, but we just kept our hoarding over Manyavar saying, without garment steamer.
Okay. That is really innovative.
Yeah. And, it was a collaboration between the two brands, which was not decided or pre-decided. We just said, you are ready, you are providing the clothing. We are providing the final touch up to it.
So all innovation in marketing.
Innovation in marketing.
If you could make one outdated household appliance cool again, what would that be?
I just shared with you mixer grind. Yeah. It is going to be the most coolest.
Okay. Yes. I'm looking forward to it. If you could invent a smart product that does not exist yet, what would it be?
I think a smart product which does not exist yet is something that I would like to do is, atta kneading, correct? And why I say so is it's there are appliances, but I don't
They're too expensive.
not only expensive.
Yeah.
I don't think that the performance is there and it is smart. It is a requirement, and I perfectly look. But I am not saying a roti maker, and I tell you why.
Yeah.
Because we in Indians, we want to have control over the final output, but what we need help on is the preparation bit
So-
of it.
You are totally your market research, I give really kudos to it, because you have gone into the nerve of each and every Indian process and thought. Thank you so much. It was really a pleasure having so many insights from you. We look forward to the new products. Stay tuned to IMA Podcast for many more insights. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me here once again. Thank you. It was
Thank
pleasure.
you. Yeah, it was really a pleasure.